The plastic water bottle, easily produced, convenient and durable, but they can also be detrimental to the environment with an estimated 1.3 billion plastic bottles being discarded each day. Plastic bottles can take 450 to 1,000 years to biodegrade, and around 90% of plastic bottles do not even get recycled. So where do these plastic bottles come from? Plastic bottles are made out of polyethylene terephthalate, or PET for short, which is created by combining oil and gas molecules to eventually end up with millions of pellets. These pellets are melted down and molded to create the plastic bottle. About 1.5 billion plastic bottles are purchased each day and are eventually discarded. So what happens when it is discarded? A plastic bottle can end up in a landfill where it is eventually saturated with rainwater. The rainwater absorbs certain water-soluble compounds that are highly toxic, creating a vile liquid called leachate. This toxic stew can move into soil and nearby water sources such as streams, harming the wildlife and ecosystems that they are a part of. Plastic bottles are often discarded in streams which lead to rivers, which lead to the ocean. After traveling for some time, that plastic bottle eventually finds itself in a big waste vortex where the natural ocean current traps millions upon millions of pieces of waste, one of which is called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. There are about 5 different garbage vortexes in the world's oceans that move over 100 million tons of plastic waste. And this is often where various sea life can be trapped in waste and killed. Upwards of 1 million marine animals are killed each year from plastic waste. Sea life can also mistake the plastic waste for food. This causes the sea life to feel full so they don't eat and can starve to death. This plastic can also make its way up the food chain, with these harmful plastics eventually being eaten by us. The third option for a plastic bottle once it is discarded is to be recycled. These recycled plastic bottles are taken into a recycling plant where they are squashed, shredded, washed and melted to create the original raw material, which can be turned into other forms of plastic. This is a far more environmentally friendly outcome than the first two options. However, plastic drink bottles can only be recycled 1 to 3 times before its quality is drastically degraded. These recycled plastics eventually end up in landfills as well. So amidst multiple avenues that can be taken to reduce the waste created by plastic drinking bottles, the best solution is to reduce the consumption of these bottles. And to make it easier for you, one simple but very sustainable alternative to purchasing multiple plastic bottles is to use a steel or glass bottle. This can be used thousands of times without being discarded. This ultimately decreases the demand for newly manufactured plastic water bottles, which leads to less plastic waste in the environment. These seemingly small solutions can add up, and the negative effect of plastic pollution on the environment will inevitably decrease over time.